Compsognathus. Whew, it's a big name for little guys.
Yeah, they'd swarm you.
Did you see that in a movie too?
Actually, yeah. But a different one. See, there's a sequel. It wasn't as good.
Is that foreshadowing? Is the sequel not going to be as good as well? Here we go. For a kid, like for the mind of a kid, this is just wondrous. I never forget the first time I went into the National History Museum in London, and at the time, I think it was a Diplodocus or something like that. I forget the name of the dinosaur, but it was one of the ones with the long necks. It looked like this one, and like the first time you ever walk in and you see the sheer scale of that skeleton, for a kid, that's just especially for a kid, I would say that's just a mind-blowing moment. I'll never forget that. So for me, I'm just loving this right now. This is just my childhood.
Tiny head. Joel, look.
That is a hat on a dinosaur.
It's called a hatasaur.
Can I get it back? All right, good. So I think we could probably go around to every one of these dinosaurs and have a little scene. Well, I could put the hat on every single one.
Hey, is this gonna be a thing? Please don't let it be a thing.
It's just that Joel is just such a different man from the first game. Like when he's around Ellie and stuff, it's amazing. And you can only imagine what his life with Sarah was like, and you can just see that it was much closer to what we see now.
Hey, Joel.
Ellie.
There we go.
Don't you dare take it off. My birthday, my rules.
Yes. Joel with that. I never thought I'd see Joel looking like that. That's brilliant. Okay. Are we going to get more dialogue about time? Yeah. Triceratops.
Triceratops means three-horned face.
You would not want to be on the business end of that horn.
I'm surprised they didn't say go bighorns from the university campus that they were on in the first game. Okay, we got a... Don't give me no jump scare. This ain't a time for jump scares, okay? I'm living my best life with Joel right now. But I think that this kind of stuff is just perfect proof that so many of us are just, unfortunately... Hold on, let me just get this interaction. Okay, right. Showing off the facial animations here. Nice. That, like, we really are a product of our environment. Like, to me, like, the Joel that we see here, I don't think Joel's, like, transformed into this guy. I think Joel was always this guy. But, obviously, the situation caused him to bring out, like, the fatherly survival instinct in him. And that's why we saw him do everything that he did in the first game. So this guy is, at his core, just a loving... paternal figure that would do anything to survive and for the people he loves to survive, and that is not special to Joel. Like that's what a lot of people believe and what a lot of people live by in these worlds, but it can turn them into villains and monsters depending on your perspective. So I think a lot of it is just inherent and built in this game. So of course there's an element of, like, you know, you hate Abby for killing Joel, but you, of course, at the same time acknowledge that she must have had a reason to attack him like that, and it's highly likely that Abby's not, like, some out-and-out, like, crazy lunatic, otherwise you don't really have that much of a story either. So this kind of stuff really hammers that home.
The Dimetrodon was an apex predator.
What's an apex predator?
The most badass predator.
Pretty short for that.
Wait, were you talking about me?
The wry grin.
Gallimimus's name means chicken mimic.
Really?
Who names these?
Scientists.
Well, they're dumb.
Chicken mimic is an odd name. Okay, before we carry on, we've got 2 more here. Brachiosaurus, this is the big boy. Ultra big boy.
Brachiosaurus ate 600 pounds of plants each day. Whew. Imagine the poops.
Yeah, there's one scene where, actually one of the guys said, that's a big mound of shit.
What is this movie, and when can we see it?
Tell you what, when we get back to Jackson, movie night.
Even hearing that like little kind of subtle laugh and stuff is it's just so cool. I mean, I get that this is all designed to obviously make us feel even more sad at his departure, but of course it doesn't erase the fact that he's had to do things that are going to make him a villain in the eyes of others.
Whoa, this one's brain was the size of a walnut.
No way. Looks like you two have something in common.
Oh, good one.
But these guys really earned this moment after the madness that we saw. The player, and I think their story needed this flashback. Some big old feats. Ah, there's a velociraptor.
Velociraptor. Joel, this is the one you were talking about, the velociraptor?
So small. Well, don't trust the movies, I guess.
Iguanodon, I've heard of that one before. Allosaurus, I've heard of that before. T-Rex? Yeah, okay. Pachycephalosaurus. And I heard of the Parasaurolophus.
Joel! Look how thick this one's skull is.
Kinda looks like Tommy.
I'm telling him you said that.
Please don't.
Oh, man.
Get you in the right light. Boom. Tommy.
Whoa, this one looks like a bird.
Well, actually, paleontologists believe the birds were descended from dinosaurs.
Well, excuse me, Mr. Professor.
I happen to know a thing or two.
From a movie.
Keep going.
I mean, I wouldn't have guessed that Joel knew this much about this stuff, but it reminds me of the thing that we saw at his bedside table. He had it was like Space for Idiots or something like that, and it's like, it seems like he made a concerted effort to learn more about the things that Ellie had an interest in, which again is just further proof of you know, how much of a caring and ultimately loving person he was. Anything for these guys? No? Okay. Right, let's head up.
Did you go to museums a lot?
Yeah. Yeah, Sarah loved them. I swear that girl dragged me to every damn museum in Texas.
Are we going to go to prompts? Yeah, I thought we might. So the giraffe scene repeated.
Looks like a giraffe.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Nice.
I see the appeal.
Told you.
Yeah, I think Joel was done with that hat. Oh, we got the space section. Yes, okay, perfect. This is literally officially turned into my childhood dream. A museum where I got to see some badass dinosaurs. And also a space part of the museum as well. That's childhood Burke's ultimate day out. This is just so good. I'm really loving this. I think despite everything, this has been my favourite part of the game so far. There's... yeah.
Did you know this was here?
Oh, you don't like it. We can head back.
Oh, shut up.
This is brilliant.
Oh. Hey, Joel, can you name all the planets?
He better. He's been studying.
My very educated mother just served us nice pizzas.
Did you just have a stroke?
My Mercury, fairy Venus, Mother Mars.
Oh, okay. I get it. That's pretty cool.
Back when Pluto was still classed as a planet, but yeah, I guess when this museum was around, they omitted Pluto as well. Poor Pluto, man. I'm still salty about that. Still think Pluto should be a planet.
Hey, Joel. Guess what the first animal to go to space was?
I don't have to guess. That was a monkey.
No, it was fruit flies. Yeah, in 1947. It was to see radiation exposure at high altitudes. And they lived through it.
Dadgum, girl, you are smart.
Damn, I did not know that.
Did they become superfly?
What? No. Whoa.
Tell me another fun fact.
Astronauts say the moon smells like gunpowder.
That is a fun fact. Well, wait, how would they...
Oh, well, they would take the moon samples back inside and smell them later, I guess.
Smell you later. Got more random facts. I'm loving this.
Okay, what's next?
You tell me.
Quiz me.
I don't know. Who was the first person in space?
Yuri Gagarin.
Oh, it's easy. Yuri Gagarin.
Gagarin?
Gagarin? I don't know how you say it. I've only read it, so... Anyway, he flew to space on April 12th, 1961.
Sheesh.
Color me impressed.
Damn, she's good.
How many books have you read about this?
More than me.
Come on, Joel. Isn't it incredible?
Why don't you tell me what you like about it?
I don't know. People in your time, they had it easy.
I guess relatively speaking, sure.
I mean, they didn't need to go to space, but they did it anyway. It's ballsy.
Ballsy. All right, kiddo. Now I get it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess she doesn't really know more about the politics behind the space race, but, I mean, it's true.
Hey, did you know that the heat shields of space shuttles are made of sand?
I did not. Thought it was some kind of thick rubber.
Nope. Sand. You're welcome.
She's good. I read a lot of space books as a kid as well, so this probably would have been me when I was like 14.
Want another one?
Shoot.
Astronauts drink their own pee. It's filtered, but, you know.
Well, we gotta do what we gotta do, I guess.
Yeah, I guess that's a less fun fact.
One day.
You know how many times we've been to the moon?
Twice.
6 times.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm gonna make it 7.
But yes, I think especially like at a young age, space is just so amazing and fascinating. I do think every kid should have like an introduction to space and just like the wonder and the vastness of it. It really is special. And it will pique like a lifelong curiosity. I think nowadays, of course, I read a lot less about it, but I've always had an interest in space and like space travel and the stories and the facts and knowledge around it. It's always blown my mind, just the sheer scale.
Fuck yeah.
Where's the steering wheel?
Rovers don't use steering wheels. They use joysticks.
Huh. Hang on. Is this the real one?
Well, considering they left the real ones on the moon, I would say no.
I think I've probably mentioned it in a walkthrough before, but I think my favorite like real world thing about like space in terms of what humans have done with space is the Voyager 1 spacecraft. So I think it was 1974 that they launched into space, and it's currently still operational, and it's the only man-made object we've ever made that's managed to leave the solar system. So, you know, the system that you're looking at right now, it's gone beyond, well beyond even like Pluto and stuff, and it's gone into like interstellar space, and it's the first thing that we ever made. And if you imagine that something that humans made 50 years ago has managed to make it outside of the solar system and is on its way to literally the stars that we see in the night sky, it's pretty amazing. Like, they can still get transmissions back from it. I think even obviously at the speed of light, it takes like, don't quote me on the number, but it's like 18 hours, let's say. So if you send a command to it to do something, it can't like do it and respond back to you. It takes like 36 hours for it to do it because it's just so far away. So literally, I think it's like 12 billion miles or something like that away. It's just insane. Like, go and like read about it or watch some videos about it or something. The Voyager spacecraft, I think, is an incredible like human achievement, and you'll enjoy reading about it. So, okay, should I check these first?
So cool.
It's been all about the headwear.
How's it smell in there?
Like space. And dust.
Gunpowder? Okay, we can swap them around if we want, but I won't. But this section is just, it's combined so many things that I have a love for with Ellie and Joel. I mean, it doesn't get better than this. For me, this is like peak, like non-action related. Obviously, there's no like combat or any real gameplay. We're playing an interactive movie right now, but in terms of that, this is as good as it gets for me. Get in there, girl.
After you. Watch your head.
Whoa. What the heck?
Oh! Okay. Wow.
Wow.
As you look at all these buttons.
Oh, it's so badass. Man. Could you imagine just... Whoa.
No way.
Happy birthday, kiddo.
What is this?
This is a thing that took a mighty effort to find. Take it.
I've got goosebumps, man. Look at his face.
Close your eyes. It'll be worth it.
Okay.
Seconds and counting. Astronaut support, it feels good. T-minus 25 seconds. 20 seconds and counting. T-minus 15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour. Liftoff on Apollo 11.
You okay?
Are you fucking kidding me?
You're welcome, kiddo. What do you say we keep looking around, huh?
Yeah, I guess.
Hey. Welcome to Earth.
Yeah.
That scene just gave me like absolute chills. It was just so good. It was pure Naughty Dog magic, that scene. It really was. I got a bit teary-eyed there. I really did. That does not happen often for me. I need a minute. I need a moment. Because that right there was a fucking moment, man. I put myself in Ellie's shoes here, like, and for me, like, in this context, it wasn't that difficult to do, because I was someone that was really fascinated by space as a kid. And, like, you imagine the world that they're living in and all the hardship that she's been through. She still has that, like, the childlike hope, right? You know, she wants to be the first, she wants to go back there, she wants to be the 7th person on the moon, and all that kind of stuff. So she's still got this, like, childlike magic inside of her. And she doesn't really get to exercise it because of the way the world is right now. And the fact that Joel managed to find this experience for her and create this memory was just so incredible. Like, the facial animations again, like, seriously rewind and watch that scene again, because I know I'll be doing it, and just look at Joel's face and his eyes as he looks at Ellie while he's doing all that stuff. That's just the fact that we've reached a technological level where we can convey that in a game. I think is absolutely incredible, and I'm just so impressed. And it was just such an incredible gesture. Like, memories are, when it really comes down to it, I think memories are all we really have. And I remember hearing from I've mentioned this once or twice in LPs, but maybe you guys might not have heard of it before, but I listened to a talk by Alan Watts. It's like a philosopher type, and he mentioned the fact that, like, we don't really fear death, we fear the death and the loss of our memory and who we are. So when you die, like, if I said to you, okay, you're going to die tomorrow, but you'll be resurrected the next day, but you'll remember absolutely nothing from your previous life. You'll come back as if you were born again, with no memory of who you were before or what you lived. I think most people wouldn't really find much solace in that. It'd be like, okay, but I'm still basically dead at that stage, because everything I've lived and experienced has disappeared, right? So memories, I think, are probably the most important, like, internal thing that we can have and create. It makes us who we are. So when it comes to life, like, for me, like, the way I try and look at life is to make as many good positive memories as you can, and that's one of the things that endures. And, you know, obviously, aside from literally biological reasons why it may not, provided that you still have access to your memories, I mean, good memories are, they're with you for life. And given what happened to Joel, the fact that he was able to create this memory for Ellie, that this is going to be with Ellie forever. And it's going to be like, whenever she needs some solace or she needs to remember something positive in her life, she can always come back to this. So I think, you know, as a life lesson, like, for your own life, and, like, for the lives of the people you care about, I think just making memories, creating good memories, and just, like, making them for others as well, and facilitating others to have great experiences and great memories, I think is one of the biggest joys of life. And I don't know, this scene just made me think about all of those things. Just absolutely beautiful. I loved it. Sad it's over.
Here.
Are we going to head into, like, the combat section now? So it's going to be like, okay guys, fun's over. This was the time when they got ambushed
There's more
by
museum stuff over there.
clickers.
Yeah, I never checked out that building.
Well, let's go.
And just how do you plan on getting yourself over there?
Well, I've got one idea. Geronimo!
Ellie! God! You ever give anyone else this much grief?
Get down here!
No!
Hey, whose birthday is it?
You can't keep doing that.
I want a good splash. We've got more exploring to do.
Make it splash, Joe.
Geronimo!
I think it must be Geronimo must be an
Nice.
old man thing to say, since I said it. Oh no. Okay, so we've got more. I wasn't expecting more, to be honest. This is a fairly extended section. It's definitely making up for the loss of Joel. Even like literally having him around in terms of
Hey,
screen
who's
time.
being there?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'll open the door for you. Come on, we can't chicken out now.
It wouldn't be complete without a boost.
All right. Go. There.
Alright, now shit's gonna pop off. Alright, playtime is over.
Okay, bad news. There's shit blocking the door.
Well, see if you can find me another way in. I'll walk around the outside.
Okay, be safe.
You be safe.
There are dinosaurs around.
What a dad, what a dad, what a dad, what a mighty good dad. Okay. When are these? We've only got 5 bullets. I don't like that.
Ooh, stay strong, buddy.
We're dealing with wolves right now. That ain't a coincidence. Okay. The science part of it is... oh, there we go. A more ominous thing going on here.
This guy needed a hug.
She don't seem very phased. The 4 soldiers at
It's
the
dark in
beginning.
here.
The last one cried. Oh god. Messed up shit coming up.
Shit.
The woman we tortured choked on her own blood. Just a subtle reminder in case you needed it that this world sucks. You can't have too much time when you got a positive feeling in this game. They've got to remind you constantly that everyone is shit. The stragglers who snuck into camp, of course, they just wanted food. Yeah, no one takes care of anyone that I've seen, other than the Jackson people.
Fucker.
The kid who ran into the blast, I couldn't stop him. Yeah, thinking back on it now, Joel and Tommy are the only people that's shown any kind of kindness to anyone, and Joel got killed for it. So, that's the message. Okay. There is no light. Is this the graffiti artist? Hopefully it is. Alright, what do we got? We wanted to end suffering. We wanted to restore humanity. Each time we sacrificed part of ourselves, our leaders kept saying it'll be worth it. Now we've disbanded, with nothing to show for our sins. I thought coming here might reignite something, some purpose. My parents love bringing me here. It's one of my earliest memories from before the outbreak, before all of the cruelty and savagery. Those memories just made me angrier. I don't want to be in this world anymore. I can't look at the person I've become. So, for me, it was like, these positive memories might be like somewhere for you to mentally have some solace. This guy is just like, no, those memories just made me angry. But this guy ended up like this, so I don't know, you can choose which one you think is the more right way to look at it. There is no light, which is something we illuminate with a torch.
Stupid fake animals.
Oh boy. Fuck. Son of a...
Shit.
False alarm.
Ellie?
I'm in here.
The hell was it?
It's just some animal.
Yep.
Well, let's get a move on. I want to get a fire going before it gets too dark. Come on.
Yep, no matter what he does, it's just that dark shadow that will never leave him. Oh, hell of a section, man. Amazing. Best part of the game.